Today on Laser Update, we meet Professor Buffy Quinn from the new Geospatial Science Department as she introduces students to a rapidly growing sector in technology, drones. Coming up next on Laser Update. Good afternoon from the Kathy Hawkins studio on the OCC campus. This is Laser Update. I'm Justin Schaefer.
And I'm Kimberly Ortiz. It's April 13, 2022. Thanks for joining us. First off, we get laser focus on an OCC professor tasked with creating a new program at OCC, Buffy Quinn, and how she teaches the newly created Geospatial Science program. She introduced students to something they most likely have never experienced, drones, and how they can be used to solve complex problems.
After spending nearly 25 years working various jobs in geospatial science and teaching at different universities, Buffy Quinn got an opportunity at OCC to start on a new journey.
I had that academic background and enjoyed sort of teaching just kind of part-time. And then when a full-time position became available in 2013, I applied for that. And they needed someone to teach not only meteorology full-time, but also geographic information system courses. And they also wanted me to develop a new program and new courses. So it was really just sort of a happy accident. But OCC was the place that always felt like the most like home. I felt a great deal of support from the other faculty here and from the administration here.
Professor Buffy Quinn loves her job, but there's one part that stands out above the rest.
My favorite part about being at OCC really is the students. Being able to bring my industry experience and showing them that it's a viable career path. That's the best thing about my job.
If drones or unmanned aerial vehicles interest you, visit sunyocc.edu/programs and look into the Geospatial Science and Technology AAS. Later in the show, we visit Buffy Quinn again to find out more geospatial science and how students can set themselves up for success after OCC.
When the pandemic hit, drastic changes were made within colleges. Dreasia Garner talks with Anisha Saxene about how she continues to teach history through the pandemic.
Anisha Saxena has been teaching history at OCC for several years. She has taken a unique approach to engaging students in the classroom.
Started applying for jobs, and OCC had a position in South Asian history, and I came here. I'm advisor for the OCC South Asia Club, and I work closely for the celebration of Unity Day. My best part about teaching at OCC is you make these amazing connection with students from different walks of life that I haven't done anywhere before, and I've taught in India. I've had experiences of working with few students elsewhere, but it's difficult because, you know, if a lot of students come with a mindset that they hate history, you know, they've never liked it, but they have to take a history course. I use a lot of historical memes, so I try and watch the popular shows that students are watching. Everyone's watching Squid Game these days, so a lot of my memes are based on Squid Game, so that helps. The connections that I have here I haven't made anywhere, and I love it. I love that aspect of my job.
Saxena has had an amazing opportunities at OCC, and she continues to find new ways to contribute to the campus and her students.
Anisha Saxena continues to encourage and uplift her students through this pandemic, not allowing COVID to take a toll on their education.
We just saw how history professor Anisha Saxena has been teaching during the COVID-19 pandemic, but how are students dealing with it? The pandemic is improving with restrictions lifting slowly, but some are still struggling. Dreasia Garner catch up with Anisha Saxena to talk about what struggles students are facing still.
As the semester progresses, students had to adjust their academic pursuits. Anisha Saxena gives insight into this matter.
Pandemic for students, I think it's still bad. We don't realize what our students have gone through, and when I talk to them, it makes me very sad that we are moving on, but we don't realize that how students have not and how it's affected their lives. One of my star students last semester came to me and told me that they have to go to an institution now because of some issues that was obviously pandemic related and have to drop their education. It was quite sad to know that. Then I have other students who are dealing with a lot of mental health issues. So pandemic becoming better doesn't mean that our students' lives are getting better. And I think we need to constantly work on this for a few years to come.
The effects of COVID present in varying forms. Anisha Saxena's insights provided a deeper look into how students had to alter their academic careers.
If you or someone you know are struggling with the impact of the pandemic currently, reach out to 646-922-2255 for assistance. It's never too late to reach out to someone and get on the right path.
We just got an inside look at how professors here at OCC teach during the pandemic. How are students dealing with the pandemic? The COVID-19 pandemic forced all classes online for months and still forces all students and faculty to wear masks. It has changed everyday life for everyone. Here's Orlando Gully with how COVID has affected his college experience.
It's no secret that this recent pandemic has changed everyone's lives and lifestyles dramatically. The college life and experience is no exception, giving tons of new college students, including me, a unique experience. The biggest impact COVID brought are these annoying masks that we all must wear. College is supposed to be a great place to meet new people, but masks have created a disconnect with people on campus through all levels. I find it crazy that after spending 3 semesters at OCC, I'm still not totally used to or even know some of my classmates and even professors' faces. These are people that I've been around with for over a year, yet masks still bring separation between us. It's hard to find new and meaningful relationships when you can't even establish a common familiarity with people. Now, a lot of people who are going to college aren't looking to meet new people, especially since COVID brings a level of discomfort being around others. Most just want to go on campus, finish their classes, and leave. After living on campus for 3 semesters here at OCC, I've also seen COVID's impact on dorm life. During my first semester, I didn't even know how many people I was living with. My roommates and I lived very secluded lives and never really interacted with each other. On top of not being able to bring people to your dorms, it made life very lonely, to say the least. My second semester was much livelier. My roommates were much more active, and I was able to actually have relationships with them. And the campus lightened up some COVID restrictions, so you were able to invite people to your dorm, which allowed me to form new friendships. But these things didn't really seem to hold up in my third semester here. Experienced again that people really weren't looking for long-term friendships, and most of my roommates left college. I don't hate or regret any of my college experience, but I do think COVID has made it frustrating. When it does hopefully go away, I hope future college students will have much more social and lively experiences.
That was Orlando Gully with how COVID-19 has changed his and many others' lives. The pandemic, while becoming less strict, still is hard on many. If you or anyone you know are finding it hard to navigate through these tough times, visit room 230 in the Gordon Student Center for guidance.
Speaking of tough times, Justin, a new movie in theaters now titled Everything Everywhere All at Once, has a problem like no other. A rupture unravels reality, forcing Evelyn to use her newfound powers to save the world. It stars Michelle Yeoh. You might know her from her work in Crazy Rich Asians and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Also features a familiar face from the popular horror movie Halloween, Jamie Lee Curtis. Catch it in theaters now. We'll be right back.
Explore your potential, discover your talents, and transform your life at Onondaga Community College. Onondaga's expanding campus features 4 residence halls, the SRC Arena, and a new state-of-the-art building for the music department. Onondaga's diverse mix of students enriches classroom discussions, fuels creativity, and prepares you to be part of a community. Visit sunyocc.edu and discover why more than 40,000 students call OCC their alma mater.
This is where it happens. Photography is very inclusive. Whether you are technically inclined or more creative, the class has a spot for you. Basic photography encourages problem-solving skills that will be useful in all situations, especially on the job. students create their very own art. If you're an artist interested in creating photographs, or just interested in photography in general, look no further than Basic Photography 101, room 254.
Explore your potential, discover your talents, and transform your life at Onondaga Community College. Onondaga's expanding campus features 4 residence halls, the SRC Arena, and a new state-of-the-art building for the music department. Onondaga's diverse mix of students enriches classroom discussions, fuels creativity, and prepares you to be part of a community. Visit sunyocc.edu and discover why more than 40,000 students call OCC their alma mater. Explore your potential, discover your talents, and transform your life at Onondaga Community College. Onondaga's expanding campus features 4 residence halls, the SRC Arena, and a new state-of-the-art building for the music department. Onondaga's diverse mix of students enriches classroom discussions, fuels creativity, and prepares you to be part of a community. Visit sunyocc.edu and discover why more than 40,000 students call OCC their alma mater.
Welcome back to Laser Update. Here's your Laser Sports Update. Men's lacrosse finished out the weekend strong with a 22-7 win over Monroe Community College. Damon Doxtora and Georgie Elijah Brown led the Lasers with 5 goals each. Also over the weekend, Lasers baseball lost both games against Jamestown Community College with scores of 4-6 and 0-1. In the first game, Mike Benito had 4 hits and 3 RBIs despite the loss. In the second game, OCC pitcher Ryan Page had 7 strikeouts but still got the loss.
Soccer, or as the rest of the world calls it, football is a sport loved across the world. In America, soccer falls well behind American football and basketball in popularity, but why is that? OCC students gave their opinion on the matter.
Soccer is the most known sport in the world besides the United States. Do you ever wonder why? Today I went around OCC campus to ask students why.
I never really think soccer in the U.S. ever really caught on. I mean, you think about when you start school in like elementary school, I mean, everyone is playing like Pop Warner football, or they start with like Pee Wee, and then all of a sudden you move to like middle school and you start modified football, and soccer it doesn't really catch on. I mean, you think about like the Super Bowl, people who don't even watch football throughout the entire year all sit down and gather as a family and, you know, eat bad American food and watch the Super Bowl. So
I think soccer isn't that big in the U.S. because it's not really as big of a part of the culture as other cultures have it.
I don't think soccer is that big in the U.S. just because pretty much sports culture behind America, it's pretty much always grown up with baseball, basketball, football, and it's pretty hard to think of, compared to other like famous baseball players or basketball players, famous soccer players, in my opinion.
Soccer is not that big in the U.S. because most of the people in America like contact sports or sports that they grew up with their family, and most of it is either football or baseball. Not many people enjoy soccer.
Culture, people, and habits. But the question still remains. Why is soccer not big in the U.S.?
All hope isn't lost. Soccer has been steadily growing in popularity in America, especially given the U.S. women's success. It may only be a matter of time before it's loved here as well.
OCC's men's basketball finished with a 26-5 overall record. Joe Scilingo caught up with head coach Eric Saroni to talk about the season and what led to their success.
The season for OCC men's basketball has come to an end. Coach Eric Saroni recalls how the season went and what led to the team's stellar performance on the court.
Tremendous. One of my favorite, not just here at OCC, but over my 20-plus years in coaching, one of my favorite years. And not just because of our success, which obviously plays a big part in how you feel about it, but really because of the chemistry of the team, how the team came together and got along, and very little distractions. It was all about basketball, and we had just really good interpersonal stuff. So I think that carried over on the court this year, which I think really contributed to our success. It happened very, very naturally. And compared to other years, I think I and the coaching staff had less to do with our chemistry than ever, the guys just fit in very well. They liked each other. There were really some clear roles and clear leaders.
Coming off of their hot regular season, the Lasers went on to compete for 2 championships, and despite falling short of their goals, the team is still proud of how the season turned out.
Going into the postseason, I don't know if I would use the words that we should win this, but I thought, and I know the team thought, that we definitely were good enough to win not just a regional championship, but a national championship. I thought the performance we had throughout the year, warranted those kind of expectations, and we came up a little short of that goal, but pretty close also. So it was a great accomplishment to get as far as we did.
The men's basketball team season has come to an end, but there are still plenty of OCC sports going on now. Find out more at sunyocc.edu for more information.
Almost every basketball team has a standout performer that does everything they can for their team, and the Lasers are no exception. For OCC men's basketball, the standout player has been star guard Latisse Faison.
The Onondaga Community College men's basketball team's incredible 26-3 season, including a 12-2 conference record, has been led by star guard Latisse Faison, who averages 28 points per game for the Lasers. Faison's incredible efficiency and high-scoring performances, including a season-high 40 against Jefferson Community College, has won him multiple Player of the Week and individual awards throughout the season as the Lasers work towards the 2022 NJCAA Division III championship.
Latisse and the Lasers traveled to the NJCAA Division III championship, but sadly lost by 2 points in overtime to Riverland Community College. The end of this week at OCC is filled with baseball and softball. Thursday, women's softball has a doubleheader versus Herkimer County at 3 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. And men's baseball takes on Tompkins Cortland at 3 p.m. The Lady Lasers will then travel to Tompkins Cortland to take on the Panthers in their second double header of the week, of Saturday at 1 p.m. and 3:30.
When the end of the semester comes around, finishing assignments is on everyone's mind. Look no further than the Culture Library if you ever need additional help or resources. Most importantly, the library has computers, laptops, and printing and scanning stations for all students to use. Use the open spaces with endless catalogs of books to work by yourself, or take advantage of the study rooms to collaborate with others. The skilled librarians are also always available to help with research or other library services. Visit sunyocc.edu/library, the gateway to all the library has to offer.
Explore your potential, discover your talents, and transform your life at Onondaga Community College. Onondaga's expanding campus features 4 residence halls, the SRC Arena, and a new state-of-the-art building for the music department. Onondaga's diverse mix of students enriches classroom discussions, fuels creativity, and prepares you to be part of a community. Visit sunyocc.edu and discover why more than 40,000 students call OCC their alma mater.
You come home to your evacuated neighborhood after a storm. That 100-year-old oak gone. Your house, just bits and pieces of your life scattered across an empty lot. For miles around, devastation, destruction, and despair. Until off in the distance, a truck approaches. A bright red cross on the hood. A lifeline. Food, water, clothing. The Red Cross, 1-800-HELP NOW.
Explore your potential, discover your talents, and transform your life at Onondaga Community College. Onondaga's expanding campus features 4 residence halls, the SRC Arena, and a new state-of-the-art building for the music department. Onondaga's diverse mix of students enriches classroom discussions, fuels creativity, and prepares you to be part of a community. Visit sunyocc.edu and discover why more than 40,000 students call OCC their alma mater.
As the semester is coming to a close, many students will be looking for things to do after OCC. I'm here to ask students, what's next?
Plans after OCC, I'm hoping to one day open my own business. And plans right after, probably travel. That's my goals.
When I leave OCC, I'm going to go to a 4-year college. get my degree for broadcasting, and probably become a producer in the future.
Probably transferring, not totally sure yet, but probably transferring to a SUNY. Hoping to go into philanthropy.
There you have it. Students at OCC are looking forward to graduating and what's coming next. For Laser Updates, this was Pulse of the Campus, and I'm Jacob Larum.
What's next for you, Kim?
I'm trying to graduate.
That sounds fun. As you can see, OCC students have many different plans for what's next after graduation.
We saw Buffy Quinn earlier in the show showing us the new geospatial science program. Many students go into programs without a full plan, but professors like Buffy Quinn are there to make sure every student is prepared for their future no matter what they decide.
Professor Buffy Quinn's care for her students goes beyond her own classroom, making sure they still have a path after college.
So I thought it was important that students do have a pathway. And so the geography department down at SUNY Cortland has a bachelor's degree in geographic information systems. And so it seemed like a really logical fit. So I worked with SUNY Cortland, with the geography department, to make sure that the courses that we are teaching will transfer directly down into that program, and that even some of our more specialized advanced courses in data analysis and geostatistics will transfer down as well.
But even if a degree in geospatial science isn't what the student is looking for, Professor Quinn makes sure their time is still being well spent.
Students will start a program and they like a course or two, but they decide it's really not what they want. Through advising, we can really tailor a program so that he gets to take the classes that he wants and that they're going to transfer. So even though he might not actually finish the degree here, he can still use this time to get as many of those courses as possible to transfer into another program.
If you're also transferring and want to make sure all of your credit transferred, talk to an advisor here at OCC to get the most out of your credits.
Advising isn't the only way to set up a plan here at OCC. OCC has success coaches dedicated to helping students be successful inside and out of the classroom. Maurice Brown is one of those success coaches. Ryan Metzler caught up with Maurice Brown to see how he helps students get the support they need.
Maurice Brown, success coach at OCC, is vital in supporting students and making them successful at school and helping them register for classes.
So as a success coach, my role is kind of twofold what their goals are. And a student's goals can be anything. It can be big goals like, become a judge or, start their own business. Or it can be small goals like pass the math class or even smaller, pass your math test. We want to help students identify what their goals are. We help them get to their goals.
Maurice Brown's experiences with school, military, and being part of a presidential campaign help him connect with students and other faculty.
Being a military police officer, I got a lot of experience speaking to people in stressful situations. It also gave me a lot more experience speaking to people and working with people where they are. Campaigns also helped me realize that, it's not enough to just open your door and say, these services are available for our students or these services are available for people. Campaigns, we bring the information to you.
Maurice Brown continues to better students and help them with all of their needs.
OCC is, my alma mater, and the students who go here, the population I get to serve as a success coach is like my family, it's my community. I see myself in a lot of the students here at OCC, and, it's a form of giving back. It makes me feel, like if I'm able to help myself 7 years ago, I think I'd be in a much better situation. Students can meet with their success coach, and you don't have to go it alone. You have somebody who is willing to help you at OCC, and that's your success coach. It's mutually beneficial when we all succeed. The rising tide raises all ships. I'm sorry.
Whatever you want.
Need help with anything? See Maurice Brown in Mani, room 310A. He'll be glad to help you with any issues or see your success coach.
This week at Onondaga Community College is a fun one. The Tibetan monks are back creating their Zen mandala until Friday, April 15 in the Gordon Grave Room from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Registration for the upcoming 2022 fall semester is now open, so don't forget to register as soon as possible. The Creative Writing Blackout Poetry event that was scheduled in Culture Library on April 14 from 12:30 to 1 5:30 p.m. to celebrate National Poetry Month has been changed to April 27 for the same time.
Thank you for joining us today for Laser Update and seeing what this campus has to offer. I'm Justin Schaefer.
And I'm Kimberly Ortiz, and that's your Laser Update.